Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Sky Racing News, and it's been a night of excitement for Newcastle trainer Benjamin Smith along with owner Peter Brown. Late yesterday afternoon it was announced that they have locked in a deal to have the tab slot in this year's Everest coming up in October within her time. She's being aimed towards Brisbane, but the long-term aim now is the 2018 Everest.
She come up a bit under the radar last year and it was all a bit quick, whereas this year she's a lot more exposed and she's won a Group 1 now, and it looks like she just seems to be getting better. So, we're really looking forward to it.
Yes, a note of relief now for Benjamin Smith, but nothing changes with the mare. She's being prepped up now for 2 runs in Brisbane, the 10,000 and most likely the Stradbroke, and then it'll be an ease up for a few weeks and then 1 run into the Everest, and that will be in the Premiere. Well, tomorrow, of course, it's the tab standalone Saturday at Hawkesbury. The weather this week has stayed the same. They've done a fair bit of watering earlier on in the week. The track at the moment is a good 4, maybe a few showers around tomorrow. We're just hoping they stay coastal. One of the feature races is the Hawkesbury Gold Cup, where Ecuador is trying to win for the first time in around 400 days. It's the $3.70 favourite. Adrian Bott has told me the horse has been kept fresh going into the mile and could easily dictate the race tomorrow from the pace around it. There doesn't look to be a lot of it. So could Ecuador win the Gold Cup tomorrow? Another of the feature races tomorrow at Hawkesbury is the Godolphin Crown, and local trainer Gary Fraser has Sprite heading towards the race. We saw Sprite return with a devastating burst of speed at Rose Hill 2 runs ago. Then last run in the Sapphire, it absolutely got flattened. Gary says we've just got to totally forget the run. Off track work, she's primed for a big run on her home track, and as I say, they'll ride her where she's comfortable. She has drawn barrier 2 or 3, but they'll ride her most likely midfield. Some other Hawkesbury notes for you on a huge day of racing. Tango Rain, who's the favourite in the Gold Rush, definitely lines up. Gerald Ryan not concerned by the wide draw. From the barriers at that start, there's a big long straight. Danish Twist has been saved for Scone, but Chris Lees feels that Graff, the 2-year-old in the tab Clarendon tomorrow, feels that the horse has trained on enormously well since that debut win. We move now from Hawkesbury to Brisbane tomorrow, and Doomben, that track is continuing to improve. Probably at this stage it's a soft 5, but Jim Roberts, the track manager, feels by the end of the day it'll be marked a good 4, maybe a shower or 2 tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. The Group 2 Victory Stakes is the feature. Impending, who had a gallop between races last Saturday at Randwick, is the short price favourite at around $1.85. Serpedo travelled up, had to go via float this time last week, lost a few Ks because of that. Hopefully it would have regained some of that weight going into tomorrow. I am excited. Takes on, of course, the older horses for David Pfeiffer, but off track work and the way the horses travelled overnight to Brisbane, no excuse there. Have a Say was a late entry for Liam Birchley, but he said this horse at 1200, it's won 3 from 5. Don't rule it out getting into some money. Have a Say tomorrow. And finally, our thoughts continue to be with New South Wales trainer Bob Milligan. Bob is back on life support in the John Hunter Hospital at Newcastle. It was a month ago today that Bob was kicked multiple times, facial area, by a horse. As I say, he's back on life support. He's had pneumonia in the last few days. He's showing the true fight, and our thoughts continue to be with Bob's family as well as himself there in John Hunter Hospital. That's it for our latest racing news. Stay with Sky wherever it may be. Social media will keep you right up to date over the weekend.